Perfect. Yay. Hi, everyone. Okay, so I would say that if you don't have a pen and paper or whatever, or somewhere to take notes, then I would do that. Um, okay, I really did make like a lot of notes for this. I just wanted to be really like focused and just really give you guys some good information, but also like a game plan. Um, and it's not going to be anything like super out of this world profound that you maybe haven't seen before, but I feel like we tend to get really off track, right? Does anyone else feel like sometimes you just get off track? Like you just have days, and it could be happy things or sad things. We're going to talk about that just like throw you off track. Okay, so I'm going to start at the beginning of my notes. So the first thing I wrote is stop waiting for the perfect time to jump all in. Instead, decide to jump in, be flexible, and work around the crazy, right? I just said, like, we all have things that happen, things that throw us off, obstacles could be good, could be bad. And I think that what we tend to do, and I think it's more of an excuse, like, just, we're going to just be real tonight, right? Just want you to be real with yourself. Don't want you to be in denial. Like, I think we use it as an excuse. I know I did at least, an excuse to kind of not go all in. And so it's funny because something that when I first started this, I was the person that was like, I do not want to fail, right? Like, I don't like failing. I don't like people seeing me fail. That's most of it, right? Let's be honest. Like, we don't like people seeing us fail. And so what I tend to see from people is I'm so nervous to fail that I'm just not going to jump all in because then no one will see me fail, right? Like, can anyone like be honest? Like, I've felt that before. And so kind of what happens is you just you're kind of just failing yourself. Like you're just automatically failing right from the start because you're just not even jumping all in and getting started. If you jump in and you go all in, I'm talking all in, not just like here and there, working it here and there. If that's what you want to do, cool. You just want to make like, an extra $2,500 a month, like whatever you want to do, cool. That's for you. But if you're sitting here, which I'm assuming that everyone on here, you're here because you're making the time to be here, right? Show up to go up. You guys are the ones making the time to be on this. And so I'm assuming that if you're here, it's because you want to actually do something with this and you have some reason in your life that you want to make this work. Okay. And so if you want to do that, you have to jump all in. You have to stop being in and out. And sometimes you're all in and then sometimes you're like not all in. And and I get it because we all have those days. And I'm going to talk a little bit about when I first started for some of you that don't know my story and some of you that do. Sometimes I have to be reminded of my own story to myself. You have to jump all in. You have to decide like, this is it. Because if you don't decide this is it, it's never going to happen. I'm just going to be completely honest. I had to make that decision of like, all right, no idea what I'm doing. Never done this before. I'm really nervous. I don't know, but I don't want to fail. And I'm just jumping all in and doing whatever I can, whenever I can. We'll talk about that in a little bit because I know that most of y'all work full time or have stuff going on in your life. But you have to jump all in and just know that like crazy is going to happen. You have to work around it. Okay. So that's kind of the first thing. If you really want to go to the next level, you really want to promote this month, or you really want to be wherever you want to be in a year from now. If you could be making $10,000 a month in 6 months from now or a year from now, like, would that help you out? Like, would that be awesome? Or if you could just be making, I don't know, maybe $2,000 a month in 2 months from now, like, would that help you out? And if so, it's going to take work. I'm not going to lie. Network marketing is not a get rich quick thing. You can make money fast, of course. And I will tell you about my story a little bit, but that's not what this is all about. This is a business. This is a thriving business that has given me a full-time income now for 5 years, right? I'm now on my second pregnancy that I've been able to be at home because I put the work in while I was working full-time. Okay. I was working full-time when I started this, working crazy hours a week, driving all over the place. We didn't have voice memos. We didn't have all that stuff. Okay. And I had to figure out, when can I do this? When can I put the time in that I didn't have? Okay. We all have 24 hours in the day. I know you guys work, some of you work full time or have things going on in your life. If you really sat and figured out like how much of my time does it take to do the things I absolutely have to do? Maybe it's working or taking care of kids, going to school. I know people on our team do all three of those things. If you really looked at it and said, how much time does that take? Like realistically, I'm telling you that you'll have some extra time in your day. I'm telling you you'll have at least 2 hours extra in your day somewhere, even if it's not like 2 hours all at once. It could be 30 minutes in the morning. It could be 30 minutes at lunch. It could be an hour at night, right? Somewhere in your day, I'm telling you that you have 2 hours and that you can put it into this. And that's what I did. That's what I did to get to Triple Diamond. Okay. I didn't quit my job, my full-time job, until I got to Triple Diamond. I couldn't. It just didn't make sense for me. Right. And it's just been such an incredible journey, but I'm telling you that I worked hard. I worked really hard. And Glenn would tuck me in at night. So he worked as a server when I first started and I was working corporate. So we kind of have opposite schedules. And sometimes I didn't even see him. And sometimes I'd have to stay in a hotel somewhere. Like we just had crazy schedules. And he would like tuck me in at night and say goodnight to me. And he'd go back out there. And the lights would be off and I'd be like sitting there with my little phone and he'd see like the light on my face and he'd come and be like, why aren't you sleeping? You have to get up for work tomorrow. And I'm like, hold on. I just have to send like 3 more messages. Like I was all in. I was just all in. I was just on fire, so excited every single day, listening to like YouTube videos in the car. Cause that's like the only thing that I could really do for my business most of the day is just listen to videos. Cause I was in my car all the time. I couldn't talk to people during the day. I couldn't really post too much during the day. So if you're like that and you're working full time and you're like, I can't do things during the day, that's cool because most other people are working full time too. Okay. So you don't have to worry about that. And so, and I'm getting a little off track, but you have to just decide to go all in, like jump in with both feet, jump off the cliff, like stop holding on, jump off, go all in. Okay. So I keep saying like show up to go up. I feel like it's so huge in your own mindset when you show up to go, like you have to show up, right? When you just don't show up and you're like, that Zoom's pretty cool, but I just would rather be like watching TV right now. You're not all in and you're not going to go up. You're not going anywhere. You're just going to be sitting where you're at. So the fact that you are all here says so much to me and your leaders. And it just says so much about where you are going or where you have the potential to go if you believe it. If you think of it like this, like if you've ever had a job, which I'm assuming almost every single person here has had a job before, if you didn't show up for maybe a day, okay, maybe you were sick that day, you didn't show up. Okay, that happens, right? But say that you just didn't show up to your job for like a week or like a month. Like what would happen? You'd probably be fired, right? Like they'd be like, you're not welcome back here anymore. You're fired. So why would this be any different? Why would this be any different? You stop for a day. Okay, you have a day, right? It happens. You have 2 days. Okay, it happens. You take a week off. People start to forget that you even have a business. You think that everyone knows what you're doing because you're posting once or twice a day on social media, right? So many people aren't seeing your posts. So many people don't even know. Not very often, but sometimes I'll have people come up to me and be like, oh, do you still do what works? And I'm like, how do you not know? Like it's all over my social media. It's all I do. But people don't always see your stuff on social media. They don't always know. And so you have to just show up every day. It's mandatory. It's just mandatory. Okay. So I don't know where I heard this, but I heard this the other day. Someone said, do you have a flight plan? Like, how do you know how you're going to get to your destination? And most of you, maybe your destination is Ruby or Diamond or beyond. How do you know how to get there, right? If you don't have a plan. So if you just wake up every day and you're like, oh, I don't know, I think today maybe I'll post or maybe I'll do some host to post. Like, I'm not really sure. You're just not going to get anything done. The whole day is going to pass by and you're going to be like, I got nothing done today, right? But if you woke up and you were like, this is my checklist, maybe you're a checklist person. If you're not a checklist person, I'm just being honest, you have to become a checklist person. I think I'm not a checklist person, but I have to have them or I don't get things done. So you have to know where you're going. And so most of the time we're thinking, how am I going to get there? Right? Like most of the time we're like, but how? Because I only have 300 Facebook friends and 129 Instagram followers. That's what I thought, because that's how many I had. Like, how am I going to get there when I don't know anyone, when I'm nervous to talk to people, when I don't know what I'm doing? How is that going to happen? How is it even possible for me to go from distributor level to Triple Diamond in a year? Well, I don't know, guys, but I did it. So if I did it, then you could do it too. So let's stop thinking about how is it going to happen, because it's none of your business how it's going to happen. You just need to know, what do I need to do? That's all I want you to focus on, right? What do I need to do? And even more importantly, why am I doing this? Why am I putting time into this business when, I'm just going to be honest, this is how I thought. I was like, why am I putting time into this business when I don't know that it's actually going to do anything for me? right? Like, just be honest. Like, that's how I thought. Like, why? And so I really had to get laser focused and to know, why am I taking time away from my day, away from my husband, away from other things I could be doing to put into this when I don't even know? I don't even know where it's going to take me. Okay. You have to know, why do I want it? What is going to push you? You have to have something pushing you. And it's awesome to say, oh, I'd love to like give back or like make it about someone else. It has to be personal. Be honest. It has to be personal. It has to be something that you really want. Because if it is not something that you really, really want, it's not going to push you the same. It's just not, right? It has to be something that's going to impact you. Maybe you, whatever your why is. For me, it was, I wanted to be able to pay off my student loan debt. I had so much of it. I did not want it. I thought about it all the time. I thought I was going to die with it. Like, I was just over it. And then I continued to listen to these YouTube videos and hear these stories, and these normal girls that had different backgrounds, different educations, like had no idea what they were doing either, were actually being successful with this. And it helped me to grow my vision. The more and more and more I listened to their stories and different people's stories, I started to grow my vision. Like, wow, maybe I could really make this full time. Like, maybe we could really go on some awesome vacation and I don't have to worry about like paying off my debt and going on an awesome vacation. I have to choose one of the over the other because of this. You know, it took me a while to like develop that, but the faster that you can create that vision and know what you really want, the faster it's gonna and harder it's gonna push you to get to where you want to go. Right? It has to be selfish. Okay, hold on. Otherwise, I'll get off topic. So you have to know why. Stop thinking about how it's going to happen. None of your business how it's going to happen. It's just going to happen. Okay. So have that belief. And you have to know, what do I need to be doing to get there? Okay. So let's pretend you literally have no idea. Let's just all like start over at the beginning, and you have no idea what you're doing right now. Okay. You've never done anything. Let's just pretend. So, like I said, having a checklist. If you don't have a checklist and you don't know what to do, go into eSuite and download the daily KPI tracker that they have in there for you, and you can start there. If you don't have a checklist and you don't know what you're doing, go in there. Start there. Start with that checklist. It's very simple. You can get it done surely within 2 hours of the day. So start there. Okay. I know some of you already have your own awesome checklists. That's cool. Use that. I'll give you my quick, like, if I only could do, how many things is this? 5 things for my business in a day. If I only could do 5, I'm telling you what my top 5 things are. You ready? I'm posting on my feed, like something non it works related, something it works related. Sometimes I only get a product post up. Sometimes I get a product and a business post up. Okay. So I'm posting on my feed, posting in my stories every single day. People watch them. I promise they do. Posting in my stories, getting 10 host posts up, right? Because back in the day we didn't have host to post, but that is the thing. That is just the thing now. So host to post, be consistent with it. Michaela, that's been doing the host to post trainings, she said the first 3 weeks she was so consistent with host post, she got 10 plus up a day, and she didn't sign anyone for 3 weeks. And then the 4 months following, she signed 90 loyal customers. Her and her husband both went Ruby because she basically made them both Ruby herself. Like, it's incredible. Okay. Anyway, so post in my feed, post on my stories, get 10 host posts up a day, answer the host to post from the day before, right? And then I'm following up. Fortune is in the freaking follow up. If you're not following up, then you're probably not signing very many people either, because, you know, Fortune's in the follow up. You got to follow up. And so back in maybe host to post, if you don't want to do host post, say that you're like, host to post isn't my thing. Okay. Anyway, then you best be messaging. Like, you best be out there talking to as many people as you can and messaging, because the ultimate plan, I wrote this down, the ultimate plan, ready? It's mind blowing. Ask everyone you can get your hands on. That's the plan, you guys. That's the plan. That's as simple as it gets. Ask everyone. You want to go out and message everyone and just be like, hey, I'd love to have you on my team. Hey, love to have you on my team. Whatever it is, then go message them. I think host to post is so freaking simple. I mean, it just brings people to you and you don't have to do anything. You're talking to people that you know are interested in the products or the business. Okay. I watched a video a long, long time ago about becoming a professional asker. And that was like what they said, that was our job, becoming a professional asker. It doesn't matter if they say yes. It doesn't matter if they say no. It doesn't matter if they ignore you. None of those things matter. I don't care what they say back to you. I'm telling you, you have to be asking as many people as you can, because it's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. I said no. I was asked to the business and I said no. Okay, so who cares if someone says no to you? It doesn't matter. It doesn't. The thing is, you have to just be consistent, doing your posts, doing your stories, so that people can continue to watch you. So that one day, maybe they're like me, and 6 months down the line, after stalking, the person that asked them, they can go back and say yes. Okay, but if you aren't consistent, guess what? They're gonna go find someone else. There are other people out there that are doing it works, that are rocking it out. Don't let someone else take your potentials because you're, I hate to say it, but too lazy to work your business every day. It doesn't take very much time. Okay, so become a professional asker. The first thing that I want, unless you are within your first 30 days, then I want you guys to make sure that you're getting your first 6 loyal customers. But if you're not, take the chart out that you want to become. Maybe it's Ruby, maybe it's Emerald, maybe it's Diamond, maybe it's beyond that. Take the chart out, and I want you to focus for the next 2 months on building your chart, filling in the chart with distributors. The only way that you can level up, you guys, is having distributors on your team. And I don't know why people are so nervous about signing distributors or think that they can't sign distributors. If you can sign customers, you can sign distributors. They're the same person. It's just they want to make extra income. It's you in your own mind holding you back, I'm telling you, because I have always been better at signing distributors over customers, which is interesting, right? I love being able to offer someone extra income. Like, what a freaking blessing. What a blessing to help someone be able to put gas in their car. What a blessing to be able to help someone put whatever they want at the grocery store and not have to like calculate everything that they're doing. This is real life for people. I've been blessed that I didn't have to do that because I did have a great job, but like I know that's real life for so many people. There are people that can't go on vacation every year that would love to. There are people that have student loan debt that think about it every single day. There are people out there that need extra income. Even millionaires look for more sources of extra income. I'm telling you guys, like, if you think that you can't sign distributors, you're not signing them because you think you can't. That's just the honest truth. It's not because you can't, it's because your mind is telling you that you can't, and so you're holding yourself back. If you don't believe in yourself and you don't believe in the business, people aren't going to believe you. You have to work on that. It's so important. I watched a video, Lori, we do a lot with Lori Conway, and you guys know who she is, but her husband does a lot too with the business. And back in the day when I was brand new, I watched all her stuff. And her husband had this video, and I'll try to find it, but it's old, but he was basically saying, if you sign more customers, it's because you believe more in the products than the business. And if you sign more distributors, it's because you believe more in the business than the products. And so ideally you want to believe in both, right? So you don't ever have to be obviously like nervous about bringing someone on your team, because we have the training. Between the people on here, we got all the training that your new distributors need. All you got to do is just bring them in. And all you have to do is just ask, okay? So filling your chart is the most important thing that you can do. If your Ruby chart is full, cool. I want you to stack under each person, because let's be real. If you don't already know this is the truth. Not everyone you bring in the business is going to work it. And not everyone's going to work it as much as you or as hard as you. All of you guys are on here because you're making the time. Not my entire team is not on here. I see a lot of you guys, but my entire team is not on here. They're not going to work it as hard as me. And I should always feel like the hardest working person on my team. I actually have an alarm that goes off, I don't even know what time, like 7 o'clock. And it says, you are the hardest working person on your team. You should feel like you are pulling an entire train up a mountain, an entire train of people up a mountain. That's what you should always feel like. You should be the one that's inspiring them, right? And not to get off topic, I didn't put this on here, but you cannot motivate anyone. You can only inspire them. And you know how you're going to inspire them? You're going to inspire your potentials and your team. And you're going to inspire them because you are going to be doing the work. They're going to see you on the Zooms. They're going to see you posting. They're going to see you signing people. And they're going to be like, dang it, I want to be like that. I want to be doing that. Okay, what do I do? Right? You're going to inspire them, but you can't motivate anyone. They have to want it. And not everyone's going to want it as much as you. And that's okay, because I promise you that you're going to find those people. Okay, so I just wrote down like asking, right? So asking through host to post. Distributor host to post, you guys, like works really well. I started that last October. And I've done different variations of what they post for me, but I'm telling you, people want extra income and do them. I do more distributor host to post than product host to post. I know like we've kind of, I think in my training, even on my page, I have it kind of flip flopped, but like I do probably 6 to 7 distributor host to posts. If you feel off topic, don't want to get too off topic, but I hear this all the time whenever I mention host to post. I can't get up any host to post. Make sure you're doing a ton of giveaway host to post if you feel like you're not getting a lot up. Do like 2 weeks of, of giveaway host to post, and the people that comment on those, then give those people like the distributor the product ones. Okay. Asking people that put the host to post up for you. We have scripts for this. I've shared it a million times. Ask potential customers right before they join. Hey, I know that we haven't really talked about this, but did you want to pay to use the products, or did you want to get paid to use the products? Like, which one would work better for you right now? You know, like just ask them. And then they say, oh, I don't think I want to, I don't know that. And just, okay, cool. Let's get you signed up as a customer. Who cares, right? But if you don't ask them, a lot of the times people don't even know that they can do this with you. Promise you. And a lot of people don't even know what it works is. It's crazy, right? Asking current customers, right? Like month 2, month 3, like, hey, I know that you're loving your products. Did you want to jump in this with me and like make some extra income? Because this is exploding, right? Be confident in what you have. Our team is exploding. Like we're doing, it's crazy things this year, right? Even in the midst of everything going on, our team, like I think I've like quadrupled the amount of people that I've signed in like the past year that I've ever signed in this business before because of host to post. And then the last thing asking is just like sending them just a message. We didn't have host to post when I started. And so I just messaged the heck out of people, you guys. I don't care. They don't like it. Cool. But I'm telling you, I didn't get very many nasty messages back because I was just genuine. It sounded like me. And it was kind of from this place of, I would hate to not ask you and you needed this, just like I did. If you're not interested, cool, but I would hate to not ask you. And that's just how I feel. I would feel so bad if someone needed this and I didn't ask them. Like that would feel awful. And so that's where I came from. That's where I've always come from. And people have never, I'm talking like rarely ever get any mean messages back. It's kind of just like, oh my gosh, thank you for thinking of me, but no, or whatever, or they just don't answer me. I don't know. Like I said, it doesn't matter what they say back. It just matters that you ask. Okay. Go after your goals with urgency and excitement. I was on a Lori Conway Zoom, I don't know, maybe a few months ago. And she was like, what's the one thing you can do for your business? And I'm writing like, be consistent. And everyone's like writing different things. And she's like, the answer is excitement. Excitement is what sells. Excitement is what's going to make people want to do what you're doing. I would remember when I first started, like my first few months, I would get messages from people that were like, I don't even know what you're doing, but you just seem so excited. I just am so interested. Like, what's going on? And it was just because my post sounded excited. I just had this like fire in me, like I just couldn't stop talking about it because I was just so pumped for where I could go with this, what I could do with it, and what my why was. And I couldn't stop talking about it or be excited about it. And urgency, what I mean by that is being consistent every day, going after it and telling people like, you can do this with me sometimes. And we're not a pushy team. Like, I don't push people. When you push someone, what happens? They go away from you. You don't want to push them, but sometimes they need that confidence, right? Sometimes they need you to pour your confidence in them. And so I tell people like, I can show you how to do this. I don't care if you are day one with me right now. I don't care if you're like day one on the Zoom. I don't care where you're at. If you have whatever, no distributors on your team, you can bring someone in and they can go through our training and be an ambassador diamond in a year. Why do I know that? Because I know Amanda Pruitt, Michelle Payne, like they both went ambassador in a year, under a year. Michelle went like 11 months. Like we have people that are training you guys that have gone ambassador so fast. Like I went triple diamond in a year. You have these people on your team that are training your teams. You don't ever have to worry that you're bringing someone in and they're not going to do well. So you can say things like that. If someone's like, hey, okay, so, what's this doing for you? Or what, how much are you making or whatever? Oh, here's the income chart. I'm charting diamond this month. Every month from now till you get to diamond, I want you to tell people I'm charting for diamond, because guess what? I'm guessing every single one of you want to get to diamond. Okay. So you're charting diamond. You can show them the income chart and say, I'm charting diamond. I get trained by this girl, Jackie, and she's a triple diamond, or I get trained by this girl, Amanda, and she's an ambassador diamond. Ready to jump in? Like, just be confident. And gosh, short and sweet, you guys. Keep things short and sweet. I try to say the least amount of words I possibly can. even still, because people overthink it. They get, getting off topic, but these are all good tips. Okay. So blah, 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 blah. This is why I have to have notes. Expect distractions. I kind of talked about that in the very beginning, but expect that things are going to happen, because this is life. And even though you might think, okay, I just have to make it to this day, and then this is going to be done, and then life is going to be so much easier. And then guess what? Something else comes and throws in your face. And then you're like, oh man, well, I waited all this time. I didn't jump in because I thought I would get to here, and then things would be so much easier. It's never going to get easier. And that's why you have to jump in through the crazy, right? I thought like, oh my gosh, I put all this work in and I quit my job and now I have all this time to myself. And then I got pregnant and I was really sick. And then I had to like figure out, like, okay, pivot, like how do we make this work then? Okay. And then I had a baby and I was a new mom and I had this and I was like, how do I do it all? We're always pivoting. Like there's always going to be, and sometimes it's happy things. Sometimes it's sad things. I just could think of so many people that have just had like tragic things and awesome things, and they're just all distractions. And you just have to know that things are going to happen. And that's why you have to be so consistent and just jump all in and just make that time. And before I go to bed, I'm like, if I haven't finished these things, guess what? I'm not going to go to bed right now. I'm going to make sure I finish these things, right? So that's just how I am. That's how I got to where I am. And if you really want to get to the next level, you have to push yourself. You have to push yourself. That's the beauty of this. You're going to grow into a new person. You're going to grow into someone that shows up. You're going to grow into someone that puts you first. You're going to put someone that puts you and your family and your future first. Like you're going to grow into someone that has someone say no to them and gets their feelings hurt for a second, if you're like me, and then gets over it. And then now when someone says no to me, I'm just like, oh, okay, appreciate your honesty. Have a great day. And then I'm on to the next person, because I know there are people out there that want this. Like I grew into this person that I am now. I was not this person then. And so if you push yourself out of your comfort zone every single day, you're going to grow into this person that you're going to be so proud of. You're going to feel so fulfilled every single day. And it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. And yes, the money is amazing, you guys. But look, gosh, like the freedom and the opportunities and the options that I have and the person that I've become way outweigh even the money that I've made from this. Okay. So obviously I love money, but I'm just saying. Okay. And obviously money gives you the options and the freedom. So expect distractions, and distractions could also honestly be people's opinions. It could be people's opinions that get in your mind, right? One of my best friends, when I started this 2 weeks in, I don't know why I don't talk about this more, but 2 weeks into the business, one of my best friends, she was one of my bridesmaids in my wedding. And she told me that this was a scam and I probably wouldn't make money. And she was trying to help me. She was just trying to help me. Okay. And I get it. She was just trying to help me. But I was like, you know what? That's great that like that's the decision that you want to make and that's the opinion that you want to have. And I'll be honest, I cried a little bit and I was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? But then I just got over it and I was like, I'm just going to continue on because I already said that I would. And I jumped in. And then I don't know, like 10 months later, she joined me for a short period of time. Anyway, so you know what, like people's opinions can stop you too. That's why you have to have like an accountability partner or be on your team page, be in the fire, be on these Zooms, because I have to have it too. I have to be on like Cheyenne Knox's Zooms because she just personally fires me up. Like I have to be listening to that kind of stuff because it's easy for your mind to tell you lies. Right. And the truth is whatever you want to believe. Like, let's be real. The truth is whatever you want to believe. Like if someone wants to believe network marketing is a scam, cool. Like that's their truth. But like, I know what my paychecks are and I know the bank has money in it. And so like the truth for me is that this is incredible and I want to tell everyone about it. Right. So like, you just have to know what your truth is and you have to be around like-minded people And so if you're around a bunch of people that are telling you differently, then you might want to maybe switch how often you talk to those people and talk to people that are going to push you and challenge you and cheer you on and lift you up, because those are the kind of people that are going to help you get to your next level. Okay. Have a plan for your days. I never thought that I was a calendar person. I still I love calendars, but it's hard for me to stick to them. But I have to know every single day when I have time to get work done. And so maybe it's different every day for you if you work or have kids or have just different things going on. Maybe there's like a wedding that weekend. Well, I don't know if weddings are still a thing going on right now, but you know what I mean? Like different events, life events, there are things that are going to happen. And so I try to look at the week ahead and say, okay, well, on this day, I know we're going to go to my in-laws. I don't know. So I have to get work done before I go there, right? Or whatever it is. You have to know what your day looks like, because otherwise, like I said, it's going to be like 10 o'clock at night and you say, I didn't do anything for my business today. So you have to know when those times are, and you might have to write them down and plan them out. Okay. So for me, most days it's while Gavin's in school for 3 or 4 hours. But then other days I have to figure out other stuff or whatever. So you have to know when you have that time and be strict. Set yourself to it. Don't just say, oh, I know I said I would do 30 minutes at lunchtime, but I just don't really feel like it. Well, then you're losing out 30 minutes that day in your business that you could be signing someone up. Okay. That you could be changing someone's life, that you could be increasing your paycheck, that you could be getting towards your goal. So you got to set the time, then you got to be kind of strict. So what did I say? I don't know. There's a quote about planning, but I can't think right now. So, okay. I wrote you and your future a priority. So stick to your plan. Have a plan, stick to it. Okay. Mark Pentecost always uses this phrase, laser focused. And I get what laser focused is, but I don't really think I understood it until I really pushed myself to be laser focused. So I want you to think of it like this. If you've ever been in a car on a highway going really fast, right? And you put a window down, do you know what happens? It gets really loud in the car and you're like, oh my God, the wind is blowing at you and it's loud. If you want to talk to someone next to you, you kind of have to shout a little further, because it's so loud in the car, right? When you're going so fast, you're just going so fast and you're so excited, you're so passionate, you're just in the groove and you're just going for it and you're all in, you're not going to be able to hear everyone around you, the noise. And it could be good noise or bad noise. Either way, it's probably distracting noise. And so when I say go for it, go all in, jump off the cliff, just make that decision, I want you to go with urgency and go fast. Businesses like fast. If you went to the gym every single day, promise you'd see some pretty fast results, right? So that's what I want you to do with this. I want you to go all in and I want you to go fast. I don't want you to be able to even hear everyone around you. And you're not going to be able to, because this person might say no, but you have 20 more people to message from the host to post yesterday that you don't even care about the no, because you're oh, okay, but I have to still go message these other 20 people because they wanted more information. You're going so fast that it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter what people are saying because you're just going for it, right? So that is what I want you to do. I want you to be laser focused. Every single day you should be waking up and knowing what your why is. And that might sound excessive, but I promise you, people that are high achievers think about their why every hour on the hour. That is what they do. These people that are making crazy money, big CEO people, every hour they're thinking, why am I doing what I'm doing? And in the past hour, did what I did, were my actions contributing towards my future? This is what they're thinking about. Okay. I know in that Earl Nightingale video, he said to carry your paper or with your things that you want to accomplish, your goals. He said to carry it around with you and look at it throughout the day. When you're consistently reminded of where you want to go and what you want to do, you're going to put the actions in to do them. But if you just go a whole day and you just have distraction, right? Distractions going on, work and kids and all the craziness happening and whatever, you're not thinking about it. And so that urgency is not there, that excitement's not there, the consistency won't be there, and you're not going to get further. So you have to force yourself to remind yourself, I'd say multiple times a day about where you want to go, right? On my door, my front door, my mother-in-law, she cracks me up whenever she comes over. On my front door, there's a pink Post-it note. So whoever comes in the house will see it on their way out. And it says top 50 team. It is like bright pink Post-it note on my white door. And so every time she comes over and she's leaving, she's like, she taps on it and she goes, top 50 team. I'm like, I know. And so like, I'm reminded every single day, every day of what I want. That is why I'm so excited every single day, because I know where I want to go and what I want to do. And as long as I'm consistent and I'm putting in the work, I know I'll get there. And that's where your mindset has to be. If you put in the work every single day, and I'm not just saying for 1 month or like 3 months, because whatever I do now, honestly, most of the time I'll see the efforts and or the result, the harvest, whatever, in 3 months from now. Okay. So I need you to be consistent for like 6, 12 months, more than that. Like, you need to be consistent. It's the only way you're going to get where you want to go. Okay. That's kind of all I had. That was my little TED talk. I remember my first year, and the urgency, you guys, I could just feel it every single day. I had this fire in me, and I was like, I just have to talk to more people. Like, that was my mission. My entire mission was, how do I get in front of more people? How do I expand my network faster? I would like be sitting there racking my little brain, because we didn't have all the awesome like stuff that we have in the team page now. And I had to rack my brain for, how do I reach more people fast? How do I ask more people fast? Even if I have to like close my eyes and like send the message of like, hey, think you'd be awesome, whatever, on my team, whatever I said. I did whatever I could. And the faster that you ask people, the faster you get in front of people, the faster you will promote. There's really no secret to that, okay? And the other big thing I can say, because if you ever ask any top income earner, what's the one thing that you did to get to where you want to go? I'm so like analytical that I'm like, well, they did this and this and this and this, but they will say it's my mindset. They believed it. They manifested it. They thought about it all the time, right? And when I first heard that, just being honest, I'm such a skeptic and like, whatever. I thought people were drinking the Kool-Aid. Oh yeah, cool. You can think about something and it happens, which not really. You have to think about it and put the action in, right? If you're religious at all, like God doesn't just give you what you want. He blesses your actions. But you have to like know where you want to go, and you have to believe that you can do it. Even if you don't necessarily believe right now and you're like faithing it. I don't like fake it till you make it. I don't like that. I don't like being fake, but faith it, right? Put the faith in yourself. What if, let's just pretend. Let's pretend like it's really going to happen. Even if you feel like it's pretending. Okay, a year from now, I'll be at Triple Diamond. What will I be doing then? Like, well, how will that help me? Let's just pretend like it's going to happen. I'm just going to work and just pretend like I could do it. Because if you do that and you work and you pretend like it actually is going to happen, guess what? It's going to happen. And you're going to see it happen. And then you're going to come back to me in a year and be like, I did that and it worked. So that's kind of all I got. If you have questions for me, throw them at me. It's just really like, I'm such a black and white person. Just got to think about it and do it. Make sure that you know when you need to work. Make sure you need to know the things that you need to do, the what, right? Not the how, the what, and you know, why you're doing it. And that's all you have to know, and just expand your network as fast as you possibly can, and talk to every single person and ask them. I don't care if they say yes or no or ignore you. I don't care. I just want you to ask them, because 6 months from now, they might continue to watch you, even if they say no to you, and then come back and join you and go Triple Diamond in a year and change your entire business. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know. That's what I got. I'm reading your comments. Does anyone else have like anything to say or add or question, or I don't know? Do I need to unmute anyone?
I can say something. I was waiting to see if Jill would say something, because we always like hop in at the same time. But no, Jackie's right. Like, put focus into what you're doing. Make a schedule of the things that you will need to do in a day. Make it a priority to do your business. And don't let the things that you're like, man, I just hate messaging people. Don't do that for the very end, okay? Because I'm telling myself, like, I'm always the first to tell myself, like, I would wait to the very end to message people, and I would be like, dang it, I have to get this done. And I would have to stay up until like 11 o'clock at night, when I'd have to be up the next day, like at 4:50 in the morning, to get ready for work the next day, to get out of the house on time. So don't be like me. Put that for the task to go first. And then once I started messaging people first every single day, like, my business changed. That was back when we messaged people directly. I still do it because I like to still, you know, be in control of what I'm doing and the results that I'm getting, on top of doing the host to post. But I recommend too to try host to post. Like Jackie said, at least be consistent with it for the first 2 weeks. And then maybe if you need to change something up, tweak it. There's nothing wrong with changing up what you're doing if you're not getting the results that you want. That's something that I had to take a step back and look at, and just like, and even ask somebody for help. Like, I went to Jackie, I'm like, look, this is what I'm doing. You know, what advice can you give me? How can I tweak this a little bit to make this better? What wording, you know, how can I switch up this wording to make it better? Don't be scared to ask for help. I was one of those people that thought I knew it all. And I was like, okay, I got this. I don't need anybody's help. But I had to stop myself from that habit because I needed help. I needed to ask for help. I needed to go to the people that were where I wanted to be looking for. So don't be scared to ask for help. Don't be like me. Be in somebody's inbox. If it's not mine, if it's not Jackie's, Jill's, you know, someone that you know or that you feel comfortable with asking for help from. Ask them, and they will. If they don't know the answer, I'm pretty sure they'll tag you in something on one of our team pages to help you get that answer. And be excited, like Jackie said. Like, I was on that Zoom too with Jackie and Lori, and be excited. And when Lori is excited and she's pumped up and she's amped up and she's talking to you, you're like, yes, yes. So that you want to be that same way with that customer, with that distributor, so they can get that excitement about the product, about doing what we do, because then they're like that, they're going to sign. And then they're like, okay, now I see why this girl's so excited about what they do, or now I see why she loves these products so much. I had one of my distributors today tell me, I see why you're so in love with the celery juice. I never knew that I needed celery juice before until she tried it. So that's the same thing with our business, with our products. Be excited about it, and then they're going to be excited with you, and they're going to want to have to get what you're talking about. So that's all I got, and I'll pass the mic to somebody else if they want to chat.
I'll speak now. I was sitting there, I was like, yeah, someone else needs to talk. I always unmute myself first. Okay, so a couple of things is, for me personally, like, I am such a scattered brain. Like, I'll look over there and be like, oh my God, I have a million things to do. So when I'm sitting down for intentional work, I make sure that I have a plan, right? I believe Jackie shared this with me. If you don't have this, like a daily tracker sheet, it's a little bit different than the actual one that It Works gave us. But for me personally, I set timers, right? I'm like, okay, I know I'm sitting down for an hour. I'm going to set a timer for every 10 minutes to go off. So like, I'm not squirrel brain. I am so focused. And then I'm like, okay, 10 minutes on, posts, 10 minutes on reaching out. And that way I know where my brain is going, and what I'm doing, and I'm not sitting there being like, oh, okay, I have an hour, but what am I going to do? So like, having that schedule, having that plan, whether you are someone that is super organized or not, definitely find something that works for you in that way. I know I kind of talked about that last week a little bit, but definitely having that plan in place, because if you're not planning, you're going to fail, because you're going to sit there with that hour and be like, oh, I was working, and really you're just sitting there scrolling social media. That's not working. You're not working when you're sitting there scrolling your timeline. That's literally just being on your phone. Okay. We don't get paid to be on our phone. We get paid to work. So make sure when you're sitting down for that time frame that you're working, you're putting in the work. The other part too is I like that Mel said, that she still reaches out. I think that we got away from actually reaching out, and I wanted to just kind of say this, right? Like, say you're a fisherman and you're out on your boat and you put one pole out, okay? You might catch some fish, maybe one, maybe two, but if you put like 5 poles out at the same time, you're going to catch so much more fish. So when you're working, try all the things. Try all the things, because when you do all of the things, you're going to catch more fish. So whether that's reaching out and messaging on its own, doing host to post, commenting on people's posts, like going in person and asking, texting your friends and family, like when you do all of the things, you're going to catch all of the fish. So sometimes it's scary. You're like, oh, well, I've only solely focused on host to post. So, I don't know if I want to just reach out. Do it anyways, because I promise you it's worth it. That's what, between host to post and, reaching out to people that are in my network, that's how I got to Diamond when I did. And I think sometimes we step away from that because host to post is great. And I mean, today, literally, I haven't sent out my other messages besides host to post because host to post blew up. And sometimes that happens, right? Sometimes you're like, holy smokes, this thing has 20 comments I cannot keep up with, and message 20 more people. But, sometimes you put up 10 host to post and there's nothing. So what are you going to do? You're just going to call it quits for the day? Oh, well, I got my 10 host posts up. No, your goal is to be having conversations every day. It's not 10 messages. It's not 20 messages. It's 10 to 20 conversations. If you're not having the conversations, then you need to keep going. You need to be having those conversations every single day, every day. So keep until you hit that. Whatever that goal is for yourself, 10 conversations, 20, 30 a day, every single day, unless you take a Sabbath day, then that's fine too, but every single day. And that's what's going to get you to your goal, whether your goal is Ruby, Diamond, or above. That's how you're going to get there. So just wanted to throw that in there.
All right, I don't want to keep you guys too much longer, but thank you guys so much for hopping on here. I mean, I see who hops on stuff. You know what I mean? I see who's showing up. I see who wants this. So now all you have to do is take what we're saying and just go for it. Just apply it. I promise you, I feel like we think that people are thinking things that they're not actually thinking. They're not thinking. They have their own lives. They don't care. Go do your thing. Go be excited, because you know what's going to happen when you're excited about your business and you're excited about your goals and you're excited about where you're going. You're going to inspire people to want to do big things, whether it's join you or not join you. It doesn't matter. I have people tell me I have my own business, but it inspires me to see you work your business. Okay. So you're going to inspire people regardless of what happens. So go after it, with urgency, with excitement, know why you're doing it, and push yourself to really be consistent and really put the effort in. And like Jill said, do the actual tasks. Scrolling social media is not going to make you an income. It's just not. Okay, be doing the real income producing tasks that you probably put off because they're the things that scare you the most and they're harder. And I get it, but that's what it takes to make the money. That's what it takes. People making lots of money aren't just making lots of money just because people want to throw money at them. It's because they work freaking hard, and you can work hard too, and you can do it, and you can grow your confidence, and you can grow yourself. And I'm just so pumped, you guys, for what the next year is going to bring. This year has already been so incredible for the people that are really putting the effort in. And I just know there's way more to come. So anyway, you can hop off and go get the rest of your work done and do the things you haven't quite got done today. But I just wanted to say thank you guys for hopping on here. It really means so much to see all your faces, and you guys inspire me. So I just appreciate it. All right, friends, we will see you later.
Thanks, Jack.
Bye.